historian.
Oh my god, what's happening? Sorry, I was holding my phone in my hand and I started doing my arm stretches. That was probably very confusing and very frightening for you to see, but anyway, here I am, Steve the Amateur Historian. I am out on the prowl. It's a beautiful day, sunny, sunshine all around. Peak temperatures, supposed to be 81 degrees today. I got my mask on, I got my goggles on. I'm ready to get back out in the world again while staying away from absolutely everybody. So, take the good with the bad. But I said this in a recent update video. I said I'm going to start going out more again, just exploring around. You know, not too much walking today because I'm not really used to it yet, and I don't want to rupture my ankles and feet and everything else. So, this is my starting point. So this is what you could say, a revival of my therapy walks that I did last summer into the start of fall. I got really, really healthy even in a short while because I was doing them so much. I don't want to be quite that ambitious because I haven't, you know, done extensive walking in the last several months. You know, short, 15-20 minute circles around my backyard, occasionally going out and walking around my neighborhood. So I'm easing my way back into it, and I used to. The first time I did this, the whole purpose of the therapy walk was that I was, dealing with the dry eye headache nightmare. And so this was just because when I'd get out and walk around and feel good, be out in the world, I would start feeling better. It was probably because the natural Pacific Northwest air was soothing my eyes, is really what was happening. But yeah, I started doing it very frequently, as some of you probably remember. And a lot of it, it started with me just visiting random spots, and then it turned into, hey, I'm going to start visiting spots I've never really explored before, mostly on the west side of the river. But now the dry eye is not so much a problem. Now it's just COVID. Oh boy. The cases are dropping in Oregon, though. We seem to have hit our apex the last week of July. And, now we're getting into later August, and it's kind of started doing this type of thing. We were at our peak, we were doing on average 350, 400 some cases a day. There was one day where we randomly hit 600 something. But now we're getting more to the 225, 250 zone. So hopefully people stay smart, keep their masks on, avoid social distancing, and that number will continue to drop as we get closer to the colder season and there's becomes more concerns about it spiking again. As I do these walks, again, my primary focus, if I'm going to be going anywhere, is I'm going to be going west, which is the way I'm going right now. Or if I get particularly adventurous, traveling more northbound, kind of this direction. Because there's not really a whole lot. Kelly Butte's right here. There's really nothing past that. You can't get past it anyway without having to go around it. And if you go eastbound, back that way, a little bit further past my place, that's where COVID's kind of at its worst in the Portland area. So even though, again, it's very unlikely to catch it in an environment like this, outside, not being close to anybody, I kind of want to avoid the area that has 5-6 times the number of cases that this particular zip code has. So pretty much every day I do this, I'm going to be walking Market Street, which is this street next to me, and walking this way, about 2 blocks down. There's actually a bridge because Market Street here crosses the freeway, which is another primary reason why I'm going this way, is I can cross the freeway as opposed to having to go down to busier streets in either direction. There is little passenger or pedestrian bridge over there, but there's always so many homeless people strapped around it. This is safer. Boy, mystery box. Apples and potatoes. Delicious. Maybe not at the same time. Berries. Freeway berries. How's the old I-205 looking today? Oh man. I wish it was this open all the time. So yeah, you can see why I'm regularly going to use this way when I travel west, because it actually gets me across this thing. I really don't get why the fencing just kind of stops there. That's just as dangerous. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get that dark right out of the gate. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to keep heading west, utilizing primarily residential back streets to cut through where there's going to be less people. And then it's just kind of a matter, like everything is just kind of, it's just going to happen, you know? It's very spur of the moment. If I get somewhere and think, oh, there's a around here, then I'll go towards that. Woo! That's a nice breeze. I hope that ain't messing up my audio, but that breeze feels good. Good on my, well, what parts of my face are visible. It feels good on my forehead. Could go these freeway paths, but do not trust them. Go fuck yourself. Literally. Alright, so now I'm in a slightly more safer area. Free television? Yes, free television. Never pass up the opportunity, or some might call them an old television. My ex-roommate referred to those types of TVs as boat anchors, for obvious reasons. Finding some good stuff out here. So, I want to say it's very intriguing, the makeup of various parts of Southeast Portland. This is kind of technically, you could almost regard this as kind of one of the more sketchier parts. Nice ride. Mount Tabor in the distance. I don't really know, like I'm kind of using that as a general landmark, like I'm not necessarily going to go there today, but like that's kind of my breaking off. I mean, it really depends on how my legs are. You know, I haven't done these long walks, excursions, since like mid-February. So, I just really don't know how strong my legs are. Oh my god, this house is adorable. This little pink one over here. All these new places are just crammed into it. Ooh, for sale. It's nice and quiet through here. What the devil is this now? What the devil? You could put a television screen in there. That could be your television. You'd be like, I like my television like I like my life. Rocky. I am getting old. That was a creation of an old man right there. Well, I will be 35 in November, so. Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. We have another sofa and another television just sitting out here. The TV's a Sanyo. I had one of those. It was a piece of crap. This house is getting hacked to pieces. Oh, they're taking that thing down. Here comes that breeze again. That nice summer breeze. God, I feel so good. Like heart, mind, and soul. Because I haven't done anything like this in so long. I mean, I kind of did it at Sun River, but, you know, this is home. Now, oh, I'm actually on Hawthorne, which is interesting because Hawthorne's the only part of Hawthorne that people really know about is the part that's on the other side of Mount Tabor where it becomes like a prominent street. So a lot of people probably don't know about this little stretch. So I'm navigating. I know I'm getting closer to 82nd Avenue. that's the beast that I must face, the beast that is 82nd Avenue, which for those of you that aren't from the Portland area, 82nd Avenue is just one of those big, 4-lane wide streets that's like technically a highway, but it's kind of just comes off as just one of those just big streets that kind of cuts through the east side of Portland. And a lot of sketchiness happens on it, depending on what stretch of 82nd you're on, which I'm in an area where sketchiness probably happens. I'll probably be replacing my mask very soon. But, it's hard to cross unless you're at a busy intersection where there's a traffic light. But I'm wondering if COVID has maybe quelled the beast to a degree, at least enough to where I can dodge across 82nd. 82nd, when I've had to do that, there's an interesting history I have with 82nd when I have to sprint across 4 lanes of traffic where the traffic will just die for a few minutes and it'll actually be easy. What the hell is this? Oh man, welcome to the jungle. You're gonna die. Okay, roadway not improved. Well, that's not the same as dead end. Ooh, good. Me and my girlfriend have been needing a new mattress. Ah, crap. It's just a box spring with a garbage can that looks like it has an air pump in it. Where am I? Has this van been like torched? Okay, coming up to 82nd. We're gonna take the risk. Mask back on. Get all these things perfectly lined up. Did somebody just win the jackpot at the casino? So that wind chime reminded me of when you win a game at Vegas Casino. It's like ding 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 ding. I don't know if this is the best way to go. Hey, anybody need some blocks? There's plenty of them. Okay. All right. Can we do this? Wait, what's happening? Is traffic clearing? Nope. Nope. Yes. Holy shit. It cleared. I did it, guys. Okay. I defeated the beast that is 82nd Avenue. Now I want to get off 82nd Avenue as quickly as possible because it's dirty, sketchy, don't get messed up. And now we're kind of entering more into, we're kind of going into the Mount Tabor area now, or at least the edge of it. So I walked by that. It was like a big, Mexican food cart, and I swear the smell of that place is stuck in my mask now. Man, what's this? I've never seen this before. Is this a business? Or at least it was at one time. Look at this. There you go. Yeah, Taylor Street Grocery. I don't even know if it's... Well, I gotta walk by it. I gotta at least see if this is a real thing or if this is like an old store, because this is all residential. I mean, you look around, it's all residential. I don't know, it's all closed up. Yeah, I don't think there's an actual store functioning in here. There is a close sign down there, but that is so cool that this is randomly. It's probably maybe close related to COVID. I've never seen this before. This is so cool. That this is just randomly in the middle of a residential. Oh god, I almost died. This is just randomly in the middle of a residential neighborhood. That is so. Like, look, it's all residential around here. That's crazy. That being said, I'm gonna take the road less traveled. Yeah, this is one of a smattering of a few places in Portland where there's actually alleyways. There's some over, like a little further south on 82nd, or off 82nd, kind of around Foster and Powell. And then there's some more North Portland, kind of around Jefferson High School area. There's some around like Mississippi Avenue, Alberta, kind of those northern Portland places. Oh my God, these things are frightening. Said it before, I'll say it again. There's definitely a dead body in this thing. Good Lord. Need y'all some rocks? I think I'm far enough away from 82nd and most of civilization. I love walking alleyways like this. Oh yeah, Ladd's Edition. I did a video there. There's also alleyways up there too. Of course, the moment I take my mask off, like 5 people popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit like I'm expecting my joints to just go to hell on me the longer I walk, which is why I don't want to be too ambitious this first trek. Started tightening up on me, and then it kind of softened. Now I'm finding it kind of doing okay. I'm doing a little bit of hill climbing here. Not much, but a little bit. So, we'll see. I didn't really want to do more than like 5 miles, maybe 6. Of course, the closer you get to Mount Tabor, the more you have to climb because there's a mount up there. It's a dead end, so I'm going this way. Whoo! More gradual hill climbing. All right, so I mentioned it in my update, but since this is my first therapy walk, which it's working right now, is so I'm gonna start. There's still too many COVID cases going on. I'm not feeling comfortable enough to take public transportation. Granted, TriMet has been, doing what they can, blocking off every other row so people have to sit 6 feet apart, but you're still inside an enclosed space. One person with COVID gets on there and coughs and breathes all over the thing, you're in trouble. But as they drop, if we can get to a point where there's steadily for a while, like only 20, 30 cases coming out of the Portland area, excuse me, then again, I might start doing brief, I don't know why I'm saying that, this implies short trips on the Max or bus, probably more the Max, I don't know, I'll have to think it through more, as it gets a little bit more unlikely that there's going to be a lot of people with COVID on public transportation, but that way I can travel a little bit further, I can get on the Max and only go like 2 or 3 stops and be at a completely different area, because starting out as I am, going from the same starting point back at my house, having to walk the same first couple of miles because I'm pretty much going to be traveling west continuously, and these, I'm probably going to start running out of places. Now, obviously, as I do it more, I'm going to get more, my endurance is going to get a little bit better, all that stuff, so I can walk longer, but it's going to start getting kind of mundane, walking the same general areas over and over again. And again, I want to vlog while I do this, but this is also for my health, so that's not enough to stop me from doing it, but just hopefully, maybe in a couple of weeks, because COVID is again starting to drop in Oregon. I don't really know if Portland area specifically is dropping that much. It could just be the rest of the state, although I doubt it, because East Oregon, more Southern Oregon, where there's more rednecks, there's probably a lot less people wearing masks. Like I know when we went to wildlife safari, half the people weren't wearing masks, but you could tell a lot of them were more local. I'm not trying to knock people that don't live in the Portland area. There's plenty of scum here too, but just roundabout way, trying to get healthier and hoping the COVID numbers drop so that I can start doing short trips on public transportation and get to slightly further away locations. That being said, after walking up all that and talking the whole time, I am winded. Whew. Another thing, this is good on my abs. I've been doing more arm workouts, more joint workouts, obviously more leg stuff. If there's any place I've neglected the most, it's been through here. And when you're hanging out and chilling, and you're having those little periods where you're not feeling well, so you're like, I'm just gonna lay around and chill for the next couple of days. You know, you tighten up in the back, you tighten up in the front, because this ain't moving around much. And I finally felt, you know, I was working on something, and I was sitting up at my computer for several hours for the first time in a while. But when you're sitting upright and you're just ramming this together, I was cramping up real bad down yonder through here, like the upper abs. And yeah, like after that little hill climb, again, I'm actually kind of surprised I'm doing as well as I am. I was expecting to have more discomfort in my legs, but especially when you talk, because when you talk, you know, it's coming out of here. And I just talked all the way up that hill like a dumbass. But I'm really feeling it right here. Those muscles are tightening, which is good. They need to be worked. You know, yours truly starts exercising and then he always forgets something. Shameful. It's good though. I start doing this every day, at least getting a good walk every day, not necessarily vlogging every day. And because I remember when I first did this, because of the headaches and stuff, I did a walkthrough of, I got off the bus on the back end of downtown Portland, walked up the hill, up onto Cornell Road, which goes through the West Hills, and drops you off at the top of, like, Maclay Park, and then I could walk down it to Lower Maclay Park, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't really that big of a walk, and there was a little bit of hills at the start, but that completely wiped me out. And then, you know, 3-4 weeks later, sorry, there's some wind here, I was doing it every day, and I was going like, you know, 12-15 miles a day, and I felt so good. It didn't take too long. Oh man, look at this house. Oh, beautiful. Ooh, speaking of beautiful, that tree branch right there, that's what I want my arms to look like at some point. Okay, this hill looks a little less steep. I think I'm fading. I did get some calories and some water before I left. This is a much more of a, I think I can take this off again. This is much more of a kind of cattywampus well, it's not really an exploration, but a travel therapy walk. My regular phone's been broken for a while because my girlfriend knocked it on the floor that knocked a computer speaker onto it. So I'm using my iPhone. This has no network or anything. So I don't have a phone right now to call anybody. Another reason I gotta be smart about these walks, not that I feel like I'm gonna faint or anything, just I ain't got a phone. Oh man, I love these. You kind of see these from time to time in certain parts of Portland. They're like these jumbo apartment houses. You know, probably like 4, maybe 6 units. Usually there's 4. They're just huge. There's a lot of these on like Belmont and Hawthorne. And look at this tree. This tree looks like it's dancing for us, reaching up to the heavens. Okay, I'm actually getting really close to Belmont. I honestly didn't think I'd make it to Belmont, and I kind of don't want to go down Belmont, because Belmont does just that. It starts going down, which means more climbing up, going back, and I kind of like the vibe of having it be kind of all downhill from here. All right, so I thought Belmont was still this way, but I actually overshot it by a block, which is fine. I've never really walked through here. This actually looks really pretty ahead, but it looks like you just kind of descend into the shadows, the shade. Usually if I'm coming through here, I'm just going straight down Belmont. I don't really know these side streets. This looks really pretty. Now granted, after being pretty much stuck at home the last 5.5 months, anything that's not in your immediate neighborhood is pretty. I know I'm going to start doing this almost every day now because I'm getting the fever. And I mean, it's like, I'm not going back to work for at least a couple weeks. Earliest will probably be like mid to late September. And who knows how long we'll even stay open. I don't think this is a dead end. There was no dead end sign. So I just feel like, yeah, I'm already getting the serious vibes of just like missing going out and just walking around even, you know? Oh man, this house has seen better days over here. Oh, okay, so you have to turn. I see. Well, it's not a dead end unless... That would be so dumb if there's a sign right around the corner that says dead end. It's like, why didn't you put it back up here behind me so I'd know what I was getting into? This is still really pretty. And I've evaded because most of Mount Tabor's up over here. Ooh, pretty. Wow. I've never seen this area before. Oh, Scott Drive. That's a private. Is there? Yeah, that's just a home down there. So this is Scott Drive. If I can get you to brighten up for me, you can kind of see it. I've never been down this way before. This is beautiful. This is charming. I mean, anytime you've got, you know, big rock walls around your... Oh, you're blurring on me. Anyway, anytime you've got that around, you know, it's going to be pretty. And there's just kind of this next to some very rich person's house. This is so gorge. Gorge. Is this a... Oh yeah, this is 66th place. We're actually really close to where one of the buildings... What the devil is this? This is kind of cool. There's like this old... This is maybe just another tree grew out of here. I don't know. But yeah, I know the vicinity of 66th. I don't know if it was 66th Place or 66th Avenue. But yeah, it was right this side of it may have been the other side of Belmont, which is one block down. But there was, oh God, what was it called? I think it was the Massachusetts building. But there was a building from the Lewis and Clark exposition that was taken apart from way northwest of here and relocated here. And I think it was like it was part of a sanatorium, one or the other. Okay, I'm starting to feel myself getting tired, so I think I'm ready to start doing my turnaround to kind of start heading back home. I'm starting to feel a little bit of fatigue, but that's good. I mean, look at how freaking far I made it. A couple miles at least, some of it uphill. The warmth, I haven't done more than flatland circle walking in my backyard pretty much recently. So the fact that I made it this far and didn't feel just like total crap is positive. You know, 5 days ago I was like, man, I ain't going out walking. So I don't know if any of these streets, that just kind of turns again. So I'm maybe gonna go up this little 66, this little street that kind of cuts in here, and then start turning myself around, start heading back towards home. Try to take a slightly different route so I'm not just repeat walking through where I already was, because it's probably going to be at least 45 minutes before I get home. So yeah, I'm just gonna head up this. Ooh, look at that. That is a solid sweat I got going. I have not had a sweat like that in a while. Honey bucket. Yeah, I think I also need, like, I could tell I was a little dehydrated when I woke up this morning and I drank like, I don't know, 15 ounces of water. It wasn't much. Because I'm feeling warm. Oh man, I'm up to Stark, which I kind of wanted to avoid. Alright, mask off again. That air is hot. But of course, this is, you know, Stark is a fairly busy street, but this particular stretch of Stark is, you know, kind of up on the fringe of Mount Tabor. so it's more residential. Mini Winnie. No idea what that means. The view way off there, looking across the river towards mostly Vancouver. Ooh, as I said, it's all downhill from here. Now this is an interesting find, because usually all the streets that go north and south are numbered. But we've got an interesting moment here where this is Pine Street going north and south, coming into Stark Street, which is doesn't make any sense. Because like I guarantee you, the next street up here will probably be a numbered street. I don't know, 70th, 74th. I don't know how close we are to 82nd. We're getting a pretty nice view. I don't know what that is. What is that way over there? It looks like, I don't know, maybe it's, I don't think it's David Douglas High School. It's too far away. I think it's also too far north. Maybe it's a hospital. I don't know what that is. Anyway, yeah, the sign over there says this is 71st. So that's random that there's a random moment. Oh, I don't know, that's right. Because this is kind of a distinct thing, because the roads are kind of wrapped a little strange because we're on the edge of the mountain. Because, yeah, here's Gillam, or Gilham, I think it's Gillam Street up here. So, yeah, we have another, like, word street instead of a number street. But, yeah, I think it's because there's a lot of streets that are kind of, like, wrapping around and are short, and it's all because we're on the edge of Mount Tabor. Okay, so is this a dead end or a wraparound? Looks like a wraparound. Good, because it didn't say dead end. Shut up. Narrating my travels. But yeah, you can see we're still on Stark, which Stark is always kind of revered as a really busy street in the city, but up in the hills it kind of shifts. Because I might get a view in here, because you can see Stark down there, and it's like a much bigger street. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a view past the trees here, but like we're on Stark right now, this little dead nothing street. And then there's Stark Street, more as it usually looks. Wide, hustle and bustle. There's the bank. I live like just south of that, so that's kind of about how far I gotta go, and more in this direction. So, a little ways left to go, but I have no choice but to go this direction. Ooh, these are darling. Look at all the oranges and the tinges of red. Oh, just a bunch of beauties. Oh boy. Oh, there's the Amazon Prime van. Screw you, Amazon. Come on, Bezos. You can afford to pay your employees something better than what you are. You've only made what? How many more billions during the pandemic? You lizard man. I mean, I don't believe in lizard people, but I mean, look at Jeff Bezos and tell me that he's not half man, half lizard. I love these. People who do this are just so, you're awesome in my book. I just love people that, like, even the streets out here, the other side of the sidewalk, like, they just go to such a, this is how my grandma was. Like, just everywhere. Oh man, Amazon employee on the run. Man, look at him go. Go, Amazon man, go. Go, Amazon man, you have places to be. I'm mimicking the guy, but he was pulling off a hop, skip, and a jump. He's probably a very busy guy. Oh my god, it's one of these trees. I love the, oh she almost tripped and fell on my face. I love these trees. What do you think, Amazon Prime guy? Do you like these trees? I think I'm getting very dehydrated. Yeah, that's right, you better stop. You see Amazon guy here almost plowed right into that white vehicle, or at least he would have. Come on, Amazon guy. Watch where you're going. Oh my god, that's a lot of deliveries going on. Guy literally made it like less than 2 blocks before he had his next delivery spot. Yes, That's what I thought it said. Write in Teresa Rayford. Yeah, if you live in Portland, vote Teresa Rayford. I did. And proud of it. I vote for her again and again and again and again and again and again. Okay. Ooh, Domino's. All right, approaching 82nd, which means one thing. Reapplication. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your button, 'cause I am a glutton. I'm not touching that button. I don't want to know whose COVID fingers have touched that. Alright, it's the beast that is 82nd Avenue. Only it won't be that dramatic because I'm waiting for a signal. We did it, America. We made it across 82nd again. I did that one for you. And now I'll try to meander a little more, be a little bit more north than where I was meandering when I first started, and just start making my way home. And probably not a whole lot more is going to happen just between here and home. Whatever interesting may pop up, I will document it for you. Because that's, pretty much these therapy walks have a three-pronged purpose. One is just, the general idea of going out and discovering new things. Another part is just seeing what kind of random quirky things I stumble onto along the way. And then, of course, there's the therapeutic side of things. Getting exercise. Working myself. Because this quarantine did not help me. So I have to help myself. Another thing I like about this area is there's another one over there. You can't really see it from that far away, but every other house has a Black Lives Matter sign in front of it that's very prominent in this area and various other parts of southeast Portland. I was surprised how many I saw in my own neighborhood. When I walked through Cherry Park, just a couple blocks south of where I live. I came out on one side and kind of wrapped around a street, went around back towards my house. This little stretch, there was 6-7 houses with Black Lives Matter signs. Some of them are obviously signs they bought. Others are homemade. We have Black Lives Matter sign in our window, along with a Stop Police Brutality sign there as well. Okay, I see the hub ahead. That means I gotta make a decision. How far am I? I can't be that far from Market. Or am I? Well, when in doubt, walk forward. That's horrible advice. My God, it's a mailbox. They didn't take all of them. I did notice, though, that there's only one pickup time. There's usually 2 or 3, so even the ones that are still here are being manipulated. There goes the old Max that I used to catch several times a week, going to and from the work. I'm just glad I'm not on you right now. I don't need your COVID. Still a beautiful day. This was good. This really got my all the good things you feel when you go out and do a real hardcore walk for the first time in a long time. All that stuff, it just resonates and spikes from deep inside me. Hey, throw your mask away. And I start just feeling a lot better. And I haven't done this in eons, other than a recent trek up to Kelly Butte over there. But that was just a randonautica thing. As you may have seen, I did a video on that. Just very spur of the moment. It said, hey, go to Kelly Butte. And I was like, you know what? I will go to Kelly Butte. And now I'm back down here. So, yeah, I remember with the therapy walks I did last fall. And I started doing a lot of walking. I was doing them at least every other day. And I started feeling so good. Even with the headaches I was dealing with, I started feeling so good. I got kind of worn down because it took forever to figure out what exactly was going on. But if I would have known it was dry eye and I'd figure it out in a while, it wouldn't have affected me as much as it did. But I remember, even amidst the headaches, and the trash and the detritus. I just like that word. I still felt so good when I was out there. And I try to convince myself that, I get through this and there was better days ahead. And then, not my fault, but then 2020 happened. And just everything went to shit. So, there's that, but like everything else, you just gotta deal with it and move on. Hey, I'm doing a passionate speech here. Friggin' biker gang trying to steal my thunder. Anyway, there's another Amazon. I wonder if that's the same Amazon guy. Anyway, what I'm getting at is it feels so good to even just one time to do that again. And I'm gonna try to do that, depending on what distances I go, maybe every day. If it's longer distances, not quite that often. Because, it feels good, but if I do too much too quickly, I'm gonna start causing pain that I don't want. And on top of all of that positivity, I am one sexist son of a bitch. I gotta tell you. I saw this vehicle back there and I saw someone under it working on it, and I was like, oh man, look at this bro doing some work on his truck. Then the person stepped out from underneath the truck and it was a woman. So, call me out right now because I have to learn from my mistakes. Call me a sexist piece of shit to my face in the comment section if you so desire. Because when I do dumb stuff like that, it means I've still got learning to do. Anyway, I'm near the hospital. I'm passing the little high school, whatever it is over here, which means I'm almost home. So, might as well do my parting of our ways, I guess, now. The sun keeps peering over my shoulder, trying to ruin things like everyone else. Everyone's trying to ruin my life. Oh man, that was Santa Claus in that truck. I swear to God, that was Santa. Anyway, so you can see, I'm feeling very good right now. Just getting back out there, getting into the flow of the things in life and getting this hair out of my face. I need to get a haircut. That needs to be upcoming on my docket for things I need to do. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. And as I've already said, I'm going to start doing this a lot more again. Playing it safe. Ooh, am I sunburnt? I can't tell. I put sunscreen on, but it's a little expired, so I don't know how well it was. I don't know, I pulled those glasses down. It doesn't look more like I'm sunburnt. I could just be shiny though from all the sunscreen. Anyway, as always, thank you so much. More of these will be coming in the future as I exercise, walk about, do that. So thank you so much. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit up my Patreon if you want to help me out that way. And, ooh, the sprinklers are on right up here by the hospital. Whew, I might have to run through those. So, that being said, Steve the Amateur Historian. See you next time.